Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be, I watched the Minecraft movie, and so while I play this thing, Bedrock Edition live event, whatever thing, I'm going to be giving my honest reaction and sort of review of the movie. I will try to spoil as little as possible, but just know that there might be some spoilers. So if you haven't watched the movie, I highly recommend you don't watch this video if you're planning to watch the movie. So yeah, let's, while this cutscene thing is, happening, let me give my initial review. So basically, the first 15 minutes of the movie, I think were supposed to be context or whatever. I personally thought they weren't good. They were, really cringe. In my opinion, which sort of, it made me worried for the rest of the movie, but, so, it was sort of cringy at first, and it made me worried for the rest of the movie, but I will say, after the first 15 minutes, it sort of picks up, it gets more enjoyable, but I do want to say, overall, I think the movie was more, of a novelty. You watch it because you like Minecraft, not because you like the story of the movie. I felt like a lot of it was just, it didn't feel like it was Minecraft-y. It just, there was a lot more they could have done or should have done that just wasn't done, if that makes sense. There was just a lot of unnecessary stuff and filler that didn't make sense, where it could have been filled with something more interesting. Now here's where I'm supposed to go. And I feel like Minecraft has a story. I know it's called the Minecraft movie, so they're able to make, it's called a Minecraft movie, so they're able to make more. But I feel like it would have been better if they actually stuck to, the storyline of Minecraft. Kept it sort of, they're fighting the Ender Dragon, or something to do with the end. They could have come up with something better than just, the Nether part. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool what they were doing with the Nether, but, it wasn't Minecraft-y, it wasn't, I don't know. You could say, oh, it'd be very difficult to make a dragon with, CGI or, stuff, but, they made these ghast things, and I feel like the ghast things might be even harder to make than the Ender Dragon in some ways. You don't have to have people riding the Ender Dragon, but they are riding these ghast things, if that makes any sense at all. It could just be that I'm being overly critical, but that was, one of my main takeaways, that it seemed very, the story seemed very shallow. And, okay, this is a big spoiler, so if you have not watched the movie, I'll just put, a time, on the screen. Big spoiler. I feel when, I don't even remember his name, when the guy in the pink comes back from, being, everyone thinks he's dead, earlier in the movie, they literally showed a totem of undying. Can you tell me why he didn't use said totem of undying, at all? It was sort of one of those things that it was very obvious, it was shown in the chest, and he picks up the Ender Pearl, but instead of using that totem, he just miraculously comes back, when the totem could have been such a cool plot point. I don't know, I really don't know if it's just me, but I feel like that was really big missed opportunity that could have been easily avoided, because like I said, it's not, they showed the totem earlier in the movie. It's not one of those things that, they didn't show it. They showed the totem. It was there. They just didn't do anything with it. Speaking of things they didn't do anything with, a golden apple in the woodland mansion, one of the chests. They could have definitely used that, somehow, during the fight. They could have done something with, what else did they show? Well, they didn't show this, but this is just something that I would have liked to see, personally. an enchantment table. I don't think they showed one. If they did, I'm sorry. I only watched the movie once. I might have missed it, but an enchantment table, it just feels so like such a big part of Minecraft, if that makes sense. And so I really would have loved to see like some cool scene where, hey, picture this, everyone, picture this. You're gonna have to stick with me for a second. Imagine right before the battle, they got their sword out, and Steve's like, guys, we're gonna need a bit more power to fight Malgosha or whatever, you know? And so he brings them down to like one of his stashes. Whoa! I did not know those were zombies. He brings them down to one of his stashes, and he's like, look, this is the enchantment table. It first off might create another thing like chicken jockey, but so then they come up to the enchantment table and the book like opens in front of them and they're like, what? And it's like a very cool atmosphere. Like it's like, whoa. And then awesome sauce. And then everyone's like, whoa. And he's like, put the sword onto the table. And so they do, and it gets like engulfed in like magical particle things. And then everyone's like, whoa. And then like in like a big glowing ball, it comes out as the enchantment table, and it comes out as the enchanted weapon, and everyone's like, whoa. Like, they didn't even have to explain like each of the enchantments. It could have just been the enchantment table. Like, I get, like, they didn't have to explain the enchantments. They could have just made it the enchantment table. Like, I get it'd be very difficult to explain like all the mechanics of the enchantment table in the movie, so they could have just made it, you enchant it, and it just enchants. There's nothing more, nothing less, just enchants. And I feel like that would have been overall really cool. I would have really enjoyed it personally, because I feel like if they did it right, it would have looked really nice. And an enchantment table just makes everyone hyped for a big battle. Speaking of something that didn't make sense to me, how does Steve have those elytra things? Like, did he go to the end? If so, where was the end? What? It just confused me all around. And that could be because I played Minecraft before. Maybe that part was like less had to make sense and more necessary for the plot line. But they could have just like jumped into the water, right? Because there was water down there. And they even introduced the water bucket trick later, which is how like the pink guy even survives in the first place. But then there's a lot of questions that come up with parts that I felt like could have been done better in ways that they didn't entirely make sense how they were done, in my opinion. And I would have liked to see some of that. I also think this is just probably this is like a big overall critique of the movie. It seemed like there wasn't enough knowledge of Minecraft, not necessarily for the cast, maybe there was, maybe there wasn't, but I'm talking about like the people in the movie. Like, they could have made it like, obviously they're not going to rip off Jumanji or something where it's like they go into the game, but they could have made it where it's like they are playing Minecraft and they've played Minecraft before, or at least have some general knowledge, because it ends up being one of those things where there's like, they don't know what they're doing at all, and that just like, it really brings down the mood, because you're like, you could have done this, or you could have done that, or they're doing things that aren't possible, and you're like, what the heck? But I will say there is one thing that I thought they did really well, or something that I enjoyed. They took from all the different games. Like, the Boots of Swiftness were from Dungeons, and even though they're not very useful in Dungeons, I'm not gonna lie. However, I thought they were used really cool, and like made into a cool golem, which, if it's not already in Dungeons, they should add to Dungeons, because that would just be really cool. But I liked that. I don't know about Legends, because I personally haven't played Legends. Like, I played Dungeons, so I can speak for Dungeons, but I have not played Legends. Oops. So, yeah. That's really all I'm gonna say regarding the movie. Like, it was good. It was good as, like, a novelty thing. Like I have played I watched the Minecraft movie. But in like a sense of, was it something I would watch if I hadn't played Minecraft? No. I would watch it once as a novelty, like this is the Minecraft movie, and this is the novelty of it. But I wouldn't watch it for just the movie's sake, if that makes sense. And you don't have to follow like my logic or whatever. You could really enjoy the movie just for movie's sake or any of that. I'm just saying overall it wasn't my favorite thing that I've been like watched or anything, and it could have been better. Now, because it was called a Minecraft movie, I'm just going to say there is probably going to be another one somewhere down the line. So don't think that this is it. If there was not meant to be another one, it'd be called the Minecraft movie, but it's called a Minecraft movie. So yeah, that is my review of a Minecraft movie. It was good in some places, could have been better. It was for the novelty of watching a Minecraft movie. I am glad we got a Minecraft movie for this game because it is very near and dear to my heart, but I do wish they would have done some of it better. However, I will say I did like the real life aspect of it. A lot of people were like clowning on it, like it needs to be animated or whatever, but I thought it was really nice in real life. Like, I would have loved to stand on that set, honestly. Like, as just like a person who loves Minecraft, I would have loved to just stand on that set. It would have probably been like so surreal. And I'm jealous of all the people who got to, because it looked so cool. I really liked it. And the reference, like, I saw some YouTubers I recognized, but in my opinion, the best moment of the entire movie was the moment where the pig walks out of the thing and he's called not a king, but a legend. That honestly just, like, it just made me feel really, like, good inside, because I was like, I'm glad that they added something to remember Technoblade. Like, that's just kind of special, And I feel like it wouldn't have been the Minecraft movie without commemorating him somehow. So I really like the way they did that. And yeah, overall, that was my little rating, whatever thing of the Minecraft movie. And that's about it for this video. I hope you guys stick around and watch my next video, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, and let me know what you guys think of the Minecraft movie if you watched it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.